Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I am going to be reviewing Spiral, the new Saw movie. So this is like just off the movie. This is just me getting done after watching the movie. Like, I'm done watching it. This is like immediately a review after the movie, like I did with Hereditary. Well, wow, this movie was something. Now, I remember back in like 2019, I first saw the trailer for this movie, and that was back then when I was really into Saw. I was like really obsessed with Saw, and when I saw that trailer, oh my god, I don't even remember how excited I was for this movie. I was so excited. But then the movie got delayed for like a long. I think the trailer was released back in 2019 or 2020, one of those years, before COVID. So like 2019. Anyways, when the trailer came out, I saw the trailer and I loved the trailer. I thought this was gonna be a great movie. And then the second trailer came out, and that was around the point where I kind of like, I didn't completely stop watching Saw, but I kind of distanced myself from the series. I didn't watch it as much as I used to back then. One of the things two things concerned me about this movie. One, it was gonna have Chris Rock in it. Two, Jigsaw, aka John Kramer, Tobin Bell, wasn't going to be in this movie. Okay, I thought, what are you trying to do? Ruin the series? Alright, so don't get me wrong. I don't hate Chris Rock. I just did not think he was good for a movie like this. I didn't think Chris Rock was meant for a Saw movie. And plus, like, Tobin Bell carried the original series. He carried the original Saw movies and made them as popular. I think he made them as popular as they are right now, aside from all the gory traps. And for like, for Darren Lynn Bousman to not get Jigsaw back into the series, it shocked me, knowing that this movie was not going to have John Kramer in it. And I was like, oh no, what are they doing? They shouldn't even make this movie at all. And then I saw the actual movie. So here are my thoughts, a little plot synopsis, and my overall rating of the movie. Now, like, one of the main reasons why people like to watch these movies, well, some people, is because of the traps. You have to admit, a lot of people like looking at the traps. They looking how gory they are. This movie has some of that. It's got that. It's got a lot of well, not a lot of traps. I think this is like the movie that has the fewest traps in the entire series, I think. The other movies were packed with like a whole bunch of gory scenes. This movie barely has any of that, but really, gore isn't the point. Anyways, basically, well, obviously there's gonna be spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, go watch it and then come back, and then I will tell you what I think, and I will synopsisize the plot right now. Basically, there's this guy named Ezekiel, and he is a cop in the Metro Police Station. I can't even remember what the original police station in the original Saw movies was called. I don't know if it was Metro. I think it was Metro. I think it was. I think this takes place in the same city. But one of the things about not having John in this movie, it just we only see John and Billy the Puppet in one little scene where they show up in two pictures. They show up in two pictures, and that's it. There's not even a flashback. There's not, just two pictures taken on a camera and then made into actual photos. And one of the things that brings is a lot of confusion. Like, is this part of the original series? Well, it is part of the original series, but is it should we add it to the original Saw saga? Like, is this a Tobin Bell? Well, obviously he wasn't a Tobin Bell accomplice. I don't know, man. It just seems really confusing. I understood the ending quite well. I think this is one of the only Saw movies where I understood the ending without having to go on like the internet to look up the meaning of the ending of the movie. And so basically, Ezekiel is a cop, and he's working on the Metro Police Station, and then out of nowhere, some jigsaw murders start coming up. Now, obviously, the police start to investigate, but as they investigate, more and more of their teams start going down. And it becomes apparent that this is not something to do with John Kramer, and this has nothing to do with wanting to rehabilitize people and make them better people. It has something to do with the police themselves. It has something to do with the cops, with the police station, and with the people working there. So, I think this is like the biggest search the movies have ever. Well, not the biggest search, but they do a lot of shit. They do a lot of stuff, man. They go like around the city. They ask a whole bunch of people. They bust They bust crack houses, churches. One of the traps, in my opinion, the worst trap in the whole movie, as in like gory and just like painfulness, takes place in the basement of the actual police station. So while all the police people were doing their work upstairs, downstairs there was a murder going on, and they had no idea until Ezekiel. There was one part of the movie where by the way, the voice that they used for Billy, well, not Billy, I can't even call it Billy anymore. I don't even know. Pighead, little Pighead, you know, the little pig, the little pig puppet. I think that is some, like, a political thing, like dressing a pig up as a cop. Now that I think about it, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Wow, I just noticed that just now. That's why they dressed that little pig up as a cop. Anyways, the pig is like, and the voice for the pig, I'm guessing the reason why they use like an automated voice or like an auto-generated voice was because they didn't want anyone to find out whose voice that was that quickly, which is smart, but the voice is kind of bleh. Anyways, there was one part where they get this letter, this box, and it has the skin, it has a presumed skin of Ezekiel's cop friend, his partner. I don't remember what his name was. I can't remember what his name was. Like, it's I forgot. And the pig is like, well, the note is like, as you continue to try and locate more dead bodies, I'll come for your head. I think that's what it said. And then right when he's thinking about that, he realizes that his boss Angie is in trouble because she's the head of the department, and then she gets killed in the wax trap. The wax trap was so awful to look at. It was really painful. The tongue trap, where like Boz is in the train station and he has to rip his tongue off where he gets hit by the train. That to me like was an okay introductory trap. I mean, it showed that this is still the Saw series. It's still gonna be gory. There's still gonna be a lot of blood. It was fine. It was fine. What was the other trap? The finger trap. The finger trap is way more in line with the original Saw series. Like, that one was just gory. That one was just like an awful one. That was awful. Of course, in terms of goriness, I could say, and violence, of course. The wax trap, as I said, was really bad. The glass trap, what trap did? Oh, right. Like that trap with Ezekiel in the hand trap chained to the pipe. That was very anticlimactic. I was expecting some rough Lawrence Gordon Saw 1 cutting off his leg type thing, but no, there's just a pin. Which to me, when I first saw that scene, I thought that maybe the killer has a soft spot for Ezekiel, which is why he just didn't want him to go through anything yet. Anyways, soon after all the bodies are discovered and most of the team has died, Ezekiel makes his way into like this room, which really reminded me, him walking through that hallway is really reminded me of Saw 3 when what was his name again? The guy from Saw 3, the guy who... Oh, Jeff. Yeah, that reminded me a lot of Saw 3. Saw 3 being one of my favorite Saw movies of all time. And then he makes his way into that room, and there's his cop partner right there. Turns out he was not skinned alive. That was just a cover-up. The skin that was sent to Ezekiel that had his presumed tattoo with his son's name on it, which, by the way, his son doesn't even exist. The crying was just a stock baby crying sound. And he basically tells him about how years ago he saw his father die in front of him after being shot, being unnecessarily shot by a corrupt cop. Basically, all the cops are corrupt in the Metro Police Station. And now he wants revenge, but in a different way. He wants Ezekiel to help him prove that that police station was corrupt, and that he basically says, I want you to be my partner, and I want you to help me in this, and I'm going to trust you. But Ezekiel, his father, played by Samuel Jackson, who, by the way, was he didn't exactly carry the movie, but he was good. He was good. For me, what was his name? Chris Rock. He was the one who carried this movie. Is that his name? Did I just get his name wrong? Yeah, Chris Rock. His name is Chris Rock. I get messed up a lot sometimes. Basically, Samuel Jackson was trying, who's the dad of Ezekiel, who's trying to catch the killer by himself. And then he ends up getting himself caught in a trap. This trap basically being, well, this one was boring. It was just like, the blood is draining from his body, and Ezekiel has like a minute or something, 4 minutes to shoot the target, which is a spiral. And yeah, so the ending of the movie, also, like, his cop partner rambles on about how the spiral is like this sign of, like, Jigsaw was right, this is a sign of human evolution, and like how man changes. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't remember him saying any of that, but maybe he did and I'm just forgetting. But anyways, and then the twist ending comes. The twist ending being, what is the twist ending again? The twist ending, I think, being just that this was not because he hated, because his cop partner just wanted to kill just for the sake of it. He wanted to kill because he wanted to prove how corrupt the police organization was, and because he wanted revenge for his father's death. And Hello Zepp plays at the end of the movie, which, by the way, almost made me burst into tears, because that was really nostalgic. I don't know why, but that was really nostalgic to me. Anyways, so now, what do I think of the movie? Do I think it improved the series? Do I think it made it worse? Do I think it leads up to more movies being made? Honestly, this movie was good, but it didn't add anything to John Kramer's original story. It didn't. It had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with Jigsaw's original. This movie could have been branded as some other movie, and I would not even like associate it with Saw. And besides the traps, this movie purely exists to make the plot that one dude saw his father get killed by police officers years ago, so now he goes on a killing spree to kill all the cops, part of the corrupt organization. This movie has no reason to be branded as a Spiral movie, aside from, oh, people are associating this killer with Jigsaw, and Jigsaw appears like once in the movie. Honestly, like, but that doesn't mean the movie's bad. Like, the movie on its own, not branded as a Saw movie, is fine. Like, there were talks about, since the movie was called From the Book of Saw, basically they were saying, like, oh, people are going to be carrying on John's legacy as people who want to remove all bad people from this world. Well, okay. Like, okay. If that's where the Saw series is heading, then okay. And that's my review of Spiral. It was an okay movie. Really didn't have any reason to exist, but it's fine. It's just a movie. An okay movie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about this movie, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.